What's happening, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Beautiful Saturday over here in North Carolina. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day amongst all the crazy stuff going on. And what I'm doing here is making this video because what I'd like to do is kind of clarify why and what's going on with the freedom truckers that are headed towards Washington, D.C. And I'm trying my best to get as much coverage for these people because it's not getting covered very well. It's trying to be thrown under the rug. And I got to admit, when it comes to what happened in Canada and their trucker convoy, a lot of people put their effort and steam into that. And people kind of, our attention spans tend to wander a little bit. So it seems like this convoy is not getting quite as much coverage as I'd like for it to. And so, with all due respect for these people, I'd like to explain why they're doing it and to help them be able to get their word out. And people are one of the things is I get asked the question is like, what's the deal with the trucker convoy in the U.S.? We're not under the same situations that people were taking it or going into in Canada. In Canada they were having people that were like, you'd have, if you weren't jabbed up, you'd have a chaperone that would follow you around into a Walmart so you could only buy certain items. And then you had other things where they were kicking out kids and the little and like Ronald McDonald homes. And so uh, this article right here is about what's going on in the United States and what's going on behind the scenes. A typical tactic that the left has is where they will implement something and watch the public's reaction, force the public for a while until they see further pushback, and then in what looks like good faith, they'll pull back, and then they'll come back with some more weird numbers, or just in this case, numbers would come up, or they'd find some excuse to implement what was being implemented, which was the mandates of all different types, but they add a little bit to it, and then watch the public see what happens, and then pull back. Okay, so what I mean is, here's an article that I ran across, and it's good because people need to see what's really going on behind the scenes. This is another deal where they're going to really come down on us, but they've already acclimated people to a certain point where they're like, whatever. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and cover this. Uh, this is an article about what they want to call the Great Reset. Okay, and let's see here. Let me get where I'm going to hold the phone here and I'm going to read this article. And I really appreciate everybody for sticking around and hanging out and watching all my videos. Thank you so very much. A lot of love. This is my shirt that my buddy got me, but it's backwards. I hope you can kind of make it out. Lots of love from all my peoples that send me stuff. Thank you so much, all the people. Um, the Great Reset national vaccine passport rolled out in 21 states, and more are joining, including red states. Isn't that strange? And we're talking about Republican-run states. They're jumping on the bandwagon because there's a lot of money to be in with all this right here, and a lot of things, a lot of control, a lot of way to control your voter base so that you can maintain power. And so you got a lot of corrupt people are going to jump on this. This vaccine passport has a lot more things behind the scenes than most people could ever imagine. So back in January 2021, the Gateway Pundit reported on a digital COVID vaccine passport system being worked on by big tech and big pharma. These groups are working on a vaccine passport that identifies if you have been properly vaccinated before you travel. Clearly, individual rights are not their concern, and that's the truth. And so, like a coalition of tech and health organizations, including Oracle, Microsoft, and Mayo Clinic, is reportedly working on the development of the digital COVID-19 vaccine passport that would allow businesses, airlines, and governments to check if individuals have received the vaccine. And then in March in 2021, the Biden administration announced they were working on this passport. The Americans, so the Americans they can prove have been inoculated. The Washington Post reported at the time that the Biden administration was coordinating with multiple government agencies in developing a system that would impact many aspects of life. Okay, all right. The Post, citing 5 officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity, reported the effort has been driven largely by arms of the development of the human health services, including the offices devoted to health information technology. This week, we learned that electronic vaccine passports are quietly being rolled out, and red states are participating. So even as everybody knows that a lot of this stuff is everybody's getting kind of tired of it. We all know I can't go it because I'm not a doctor, so I won't go into the validity of the whatever word you want to use for that. But long story short, we see what we're seeing. We're starting to see the writing on the wall. Okay, so and very soon, at least 4 more states will be rolling out access to smart health cards, We've been a notable uptick in states that have officially launched public portals where individuals can be verified vaccination credentials in the form of smart health cards or QR codes, says Dr. Brian Anderson, co-founder of the VCI, Chief Digital Health Physician at MITRE. Okay. So just to let you know that it is very important that we stand behind the people's convoy that's going on right now. Everybody that needs to, let people know that, hey, this is a big deal. 21 states are on board. 3 or 4 more are coming back, are going to be getting on board with it. And you're going to see what happens if you just sit on your thumbs. And so I would suggest that everybody and anybody that's watching this, call your state representative and speak your voice. And if you happen to see a trucker at a gas station filling up in the convoy, please go over there and help him out. Fill his tank up. Show him a lot of love, and let him know that you stand behind him, because right now this is our one. This is the hill we need to be on right here. Okay, we got 2022 coming around the corner. We need to be able to not let them try to figure out a way to do a backwards thing like they did once before. If they get these rest of these states on with this stupid passport thing, I can bet you that it'll be some kind of weird tie-in. I don't want to make accusations, but I know that there's always a lot more to what most people don't really see from the other side of it. So anyhow, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Please support the truckers. Please check out Dave and Callie. Please check out Shannon at Devoted Patriots. And thank you all. Just thank you all so much. Lots of love. Lots of love. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Don't you worry. Things are we're gonna be winning big. I promise you. Okay. Lots of love. Bye.